Hi, Belle. I'm so excited to do this with you.
Oh, it's so lovely to be here, Briana. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
for including me on this call. So my question is, I am a dance performer and teacher here in San Diego, and I've been doing that for many years. And then with COVID, I had to do a lot of pivoting since you couldn't do couple dancing and things like that. So I made a lot of changes that I'm very excited about that I have been enjoying into the playful and healing dance movement and modalities. So now what I offer is stuff that can be done outside in nature, and it's spiritual and it's playful and it's super fun. And what I am struggling with, however, is to find the best way, the heart center way of promoting my business, promoting this new way of pivoting so that the old frameworks that as a dance performer, dance teacher, I cannot acquire wealth. And so, and through a lot of the programs with you and the calls and other avenues that I have been able to enjoy that you've offered, really working on that framework. And so now it's the promotions of how to really get this message out to people about the offerings, the healing aspects of dancing and movement, that it's not just the old way of thinking about dancing. Like if you don't get it perfect or you don't look a certain way, you're not a dancer. Well, we know everyone's a dancer. It's the primal movement in all of us. We were born dancing. Children dance the minute they hear music. It is only until they're told for some reason they can't dance that things change. So working, I'm struggling with the promotional part of it, how to really get that message out to grow my business in that manner.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I can just really feel your passion for it. I feel like, how is this hard for you to promote? You have such great passion for it. It feels like I'm ready to dance right now. Let's go. So good. I just love the way that you feel about it. It feels so upfront in your energy. And so because of that, this is what I would love to see if you can bring into other air into promotion. My guess is that you're like there's all this passion and this dancing. I can like feel it in you. I'm like, yes. And then when you go into promotion, it's like, and now I'm going to promote, right? And
Yes.
it's so different than your energy. And your energy that you have around this is the energy that needs to be bridged over into the way that you market so that there's no separation, right? So that the energy that you feel about this is expressed through your promotion. So whether that's that you're writing a Facebook post or you're emailing your client list, that you're actually in that energy that you were just in, or you're like, this is the thing. I feel so excited about it because that's contagious. It's a huge open invitation that I can feel where I just want to like step right in. Like, yes, I'll be there. Where is it? You're like, San Diego. I'm like, I don't care. I'll get on a plane. Like that is so like inviting and exciting to people when they can feel your energy. But that it means that you have to be willing to really be seen in it, right? To allow other people into your experience through your writing, through if you make videos, you'd probably be great on video because your passion comes through in your speaking, to be able to make invitations into that energy. Because you're not actually just inviting people into dance, you're inviting them into this spiritual experience of movement. And that is really felt in your energy. And so that if you could bring that forward. And so my suggestion would be to, before you invite anyone to anything, to dance, to like dance and get yourself really into it, and then be like, oh yes. And then invite people. It's like, now I'm inviting you into an energy that's already created. I'm not waiting to have you here to create this energy, right? I'm not waiting for you to say yes before this energy is created. I'm not like, this is happening. This is just like the party's always happening over here. Like there's just a party going on and it's so good and it's so aligned and it's soulful and spiritual and fun and it's so good. and you want to come. You're invited to come. You should come, right? That's the feeling. And right now I have a sense that it's probably a little bit more like, do you guys want to have a party together? People are like, I don't know. You're like, it's going to be really fun. And they're like, yeah, I'm kind of busy. But if you're like, the party is happening, my energy is on, and I'm inviting you into it, people, I think it'll be irresistible. So that's the first part, is the energetic aspect of it. And then I'm wondering if you have questions, I don't know if you do, but I'll ask, do you have questions about like the logistics of it? Is that part of the question?
Yes, it is. And you were spot on as far as that. Once I start thinking of the promotions, then it just sort of gets serious. And then I have to think about how other trainers have said, okay, this is how you're supposed to do it, and blah, 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 blah. And that just doesn't feel like me. Like, yeah, I feel like, okay, that might be fine for you who invented the course, but I don't connect to that. It's either very masculine or it's a bit maybe too soft. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle, but that's correct. So then I end up walking into it not just feeling like myself, and so that's very spot on. And then the second part of that is then, you know, how to go about creating this, transferring this energy across so they can feel like the party is already happening, because I do feel that inside, like it's just what I am. And the experience has been that when people do get to my sessions, they love it, and then they hang out. But it's kind of like, yeah, it sort of just happens once they get there, but getting them there in that portal is the challenge.
Yeah. And I think that this happens for so many of us. So I also want to like say, this is so common that we follow like Mr. Jojo, who has like the 5-step formula. And then you're like, I have this amazing thing going on over here. And then you're like, okay, Mr. Jojo, I'll do what you say. And then like, I don't know how to be like this. This is not who I am. And then our marketing comes off like, people are like, this is odd, right? And so they don't understand the feeling that we have, that's actually what they want, like what actually people get so lit up by. And so the actually being able to have it just be how you want to communicate. So the first thing I would say is, how do you love communicating with people? Do you love writing? Do you love talking on video? What is your favorite?
Well, to be honest with you, it's taken me a long time to get comfortable to speak, to even use my throat chakra. That's one of the reasons dance was a healing modality for me, from sexual abuse and sexual crime. And so it took a long time to find my throat chakra. And so dance was the healing component. And so all my expression has been through as a professional dancer. Fortunately, I've expanded those comfort zones where I can't speak, and I'm finding more and more comfort in speaking in video and speaking the way I am speaking with you today, Briana, because honestly, a couple years, I probably could have not done this. And just got on this call to speak with you so personally and so intimately about something I'm so passionate about. So I'm finding that perhaps it will be much more enjoyable, continue to expand my comfort zone to do the videos, since most people feel that have shared with me that they can really feel my passion when they speak to me in person.
Yeah. I just want to say, acknowledging how far you've come is so amazing. So I love that you're like, I have grown, because that is such a big part of measuring backwards and be like, wow, I've healed so much has come. I have so much more strength and power now. And now I'm ready. And so this feeling of now I'm ready and I can speak, I imagine you both speaking in video and then also making videos of dance and doing voiceovers to them, so that there's a little bit of both, so that people can actually see the dance and also connect to your energy personally and see your face and this kind of video. And so being able to create things where people can interact with you in those ways. So any place where video is, part of the platform is a great place for you to put videos. So this could be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you know, I wouldn't do LinkedIn because that would be maybe a little weird, but you could try. But these are the places where I would encourage you to choose one that you're like, oh, this is the one that I like the most. Like, I like hanging out here. I want to interact with people in this way, because social media is at the crux a social platform. So you don't want it to be on a platform that you never want to go on. Because that's like going to a party and like dropping off a cake and leaving and expecting people to know who you are. Like, you just dropped off a cake. We have no idea who you are. So you want to like stay at the party, right? It's like, oh, this is the social media party that's fun for me. I'll like come, I'll bring the cake, and then I'm gonna like, oh, you brought carrots, thanks. You know, whatever that interaction is. So choose a social media platform that you enjoy that also highlights video, and then create videos regularly of sharing your passion and sharing tidbits, sharing, I imagine, and maybe I'm wrong, but I have this feeling about you that you're a very good storyteller, that you could tell stories of dance, tell stories of your students, tell stories of how it's healed you. These kinds of stories that are not just, I'm so passionate, but I'm so passionate, and let me share with you a tidbit of the story that will get people to like lean in and get more interested.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah. How does it feel to consider doing that?
It feels exciting. It feels a little bit, I would say, just, the initial thought is like, okay, where am I going to find the time? Since, teaching and, but then at the same time, I always believe like when something excites you and at the same time makes you a little nervous, that means you should do it. Because I'm not running to the bathroom to throw up, so that means it's okay. It's a
Right.
good time. It's a good time. So I am very excited about it. And when you mean regularly, are you inferring like it has to be every day or maybe once a week, or basically do it when it feels right for me?
I mean, I always think everything is more potent when you do it when it feels right for you. And also we can fall into the trap that it just kind of never feels right to do, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
so we have to find that balance, right? And sometimes
Yeah.
it's like priming the pump to say like, oh, okay, I'm going to commit to doing this pretty regularly.
Hmm.
Maybe even once a day to start. And then you prime the pump just to get yourself used to it. And then maybe go to when I feel moved to, because you may never feel moved when it still feels distant, when it feels
Hmm.
like something you haven't really gotten into the rhythm of doing. And so I also want to suggest that it doesn't have to be long videos, right? So if you do reels or TikToks, they can be really short, and that would take less time. And then maybe
Okay.
every once in a while, you could make longer length ones. Like I imagine a little TikTok of you talking about like the 3 of your favorite things about dance, and like 3 ways dance healed me, or, one of my favorite dance moves to open up my heart chakra, whatever it is,
I
right?
see. Yeah.
And highlighting those things. And it's something I think that you could do pretty quickly. So it doesn't need to take a lot of time, because it's your authenticity that makes the biggest difference. You being forward in the communication and letting that passion come through. So just like getting yourself centered in the dance, and then letting the passion come through in the video, and then, adding the text, and then boop, off into the internet it goes. And then inviting people in to be in at your party. So keeping the party alive.
I understand. I
Awesome.
understand.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brianna. I really appreciate that.
Awesome. I'm so excited for you. And I can't wait to see your first video. Please tag me when you
I
create
will.
it so I can
Okay.
come and cheer you on and see how it looks and love on you. So that would be so great.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I like the idea of the reels. I have seen those, and yeah, those are kind of fun. They're short and sweet, and yeah, that is great. Great recommendations. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you.